Hello everybody, I'm back. It's spring up here in Canada, the Great White North, and so I'm getting my convertible out for the summer and gonna do a few things that need to be done to her. She's 20 years old this year, so she needs a little bit of fixing here and there. So I'm going to do today is show you something that happened to me last year. This little wire right here broke. There's two of them. There's one here and there's one on the other side, and they are there to make the top properly fold back. And they attach to a little screw. See that guy right there, okay? So because this is a 20-year-old car, of course, you know, Mitsubishi is not making these parts anymore. So I'm going to show you how to fabricate your own wire, hook it back up again, and get your top working all over again. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we got to get this wire off. And this is almost like a compression fitting right here. And it's round right here, making drilling kind of fun. So what I've already done the other side, so what I found was just easier is just take this bracket here off and go over to the workbench, drill this out, get it off so that we can put the new one on, okay? So it's just two bolts. So that guy, and that guy, and this thing comes right off, lickety split, really with no issues, okay? So I'm gonna do that and I'll be back. Okay, so it's out. So what I'm gonna do is just this little piece of copper there, and it's brown and it's really not easy to work with. So I think you've got a couple of options. You could give it a couple good whacks with the hammer, flatten out, drill it out. But what I decided to do is I decided to take just a small drill bit, go in through this side, drill through it, get rid of that piece of copper, flip it back over like this, and get a bigger drill bit. And what you got to do is just basically got to get rid of all this aluminum around here. So this will pop off. Okay, so it's really not that hard. But it takes a few tools, a couple drill bits, and things like that. All right, so I'm gonna get that done, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, it's off. Okay, there it is. Okay, we're gonna use that as a guide for the length of our new wire. Okay, so what you need now, and I went into Home Depot for this, so it wasn't hard to find. Clean up my desk here a bit. Okay, so you want some of these king chain kind of clips here, okay, and some wire, okay, and you're just going to take some of your wire. You're going to cut a considerable amount of length. Don't worry about having extra. We'll just trim it off afterwards, but it's better to have more than less. And then we will create the first loop for the first attachment point, making sure that the screw we have, which is right here, will fit through the loop. And then we will crimp it, and I'll see if I can't show you how to do that. It's pretty hard with one hand. And then we will use this as a guide to mark the wire to how long it should be. And I'll show you bit by bit how to do that. Again, hard to do with one hand. And then we'll be ready to crimp that one, get your loop all set, and then we'll be ready to put it back on the car, okay? All right, everybody. As you can see that I've got the loop in, and there's the clip, okay? So all you need to do now is we need to just give that clip a few whacks with the hammer just to tighten it up, and you've made your first loop. So my reluctant cameraman, my daughter, will follow me over to this table. So we'll just give this a few whacks and get this all set up. Okay, and the only really thing I did with this loop is I just made sure that my screw that I gotta go put through that will actually fit. Okay, so avoiding my finger, and there you go. Nice, wicked little loop, okay? So we're gonna come over and we're gonna do the second loop, and I'm gonna show you what I do here. So what I do is I've got the old wire sitting here, line it up, okay, this loop at the top of that, line it up to over here, kind of mark it with my finger, drop my pen, do that again. Okay, so we're just going to line that up right there. You can kind of see I'm lining up the two brackets at the top. Okay, I don't think this has to be exact, but okay, mark that with your finger. And take your pen, good Sharpie, and just give that a mark. Okay, now we've got a rough idea where that other one's got to go, and you can see how much extra we have. That's okay, we're going to get rid of that. Okay, so we need another clip. Okay, just another clip. It's going to be a little frayed on the end here, so we're just going to try and roll that up as best we can. And so you can't sneak that in there somehow. It's pretty frayed. There we go. Okay, so you get the one end through, pass a lot through, and then we just want to get the other side in again without fraying it. Okay, pass it through. Okay, so now let's make our loop. I'm just going to pull that through, make a tight little loop, and we will bring that down to our mark. Makes our loop a lot bigger, but that's okay. Bring that loop down to the mark. Okay, make sure we're good. There's our mark. Nice tight little loop. Okay, and right at our mark, that loop's pretty big. Actually, we're going to make it a little smaller. So when you're making your loop smaller, okay, make sure you're at the mark. There's your mark. Pull the excess through. Okay, which kind of makes sense. There, we get a smaller loop. Okay, so I'm just going to take this over to the trusty old hammer and give it a few whacks. Done. Okay, we'll trim off the excess, and we've made ourselves a nice little new wire for our convertible. It should last hopefully another 20 years. Okay, I've put the bracket back on, attach it back up to the bar up here, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here, and when I attach the wire and the screw onto that piece there, fold up the convertible so that the cord will reach, and refasten the one over here. Now what I've done, well, I'll show you when I get there, okay? So that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, so I've got the wire in. I got that screw back there, and as I pull it up, you can see that the wire just doesn't quite reach. Let's see if I can get some light in there. The camera's in the way, everything's in the way. Anyways, there it is. There's the hole. Doesn't quite reach. All it really means is you got to adjust your top. So I'm just going to close the top or open the top a little bit until the wire and that will come together and it'll reach. Okay. Okay, it's in. All right. So I just took a screw. Actually did a better job on the other side. I lost a couple of my washers. The fun part about doing this is as you're trying to get this back together, the top keeps moving up and down as you're going, which, you know, just one extra challenge. So yeah, it's working. I gave her a couple test drives and she's working great. She's all fixed. That's how you can fabricate a wire. I did this video because I tried to find this video online, couldn't find anybody else who had done this. So I thought, well, I might as well be the first. So for those of you out there with about 97 and 99 Eclipse convertible, and if that cable breaks on you, that's how you fix it. Okay? Thanks everybody. Bye.